For the first question in the video discussion, I find the speaker did very well presenting the thesis. He was straight to what he intended to accomplish, which was the different sleep disorders and how to treat them as best as possible without medications. He established the main points and allowed it to flow together so the listener can see the severity of each one and how it affects the person. He utilized the case studies that showed how many people are affected by each disorder. Another thing he did well was ending with a clincher. He threw a thought out there that would make you think about what parts of the speech might relate to you directly, which in turn could help you get help with a doctor if you suffer from any of those disorders. Question 2. My answer. One thing he did that I noticed was when explaining of the disorders, he said dysomnia is basically, which implies that he is making an inference to what it is as opposed to starting what it is defined as specifically. It comes across as an opinion. Even though most everything else was supported by facts or research, some people found it might not see it as scientific fact. Another thing I noticed was even though he was pitched differently throughout the speech, which does help, there was no real knock your socks off moment where a piece of information was thrown at you that made you stop and think. It didn't have the wow factor to gain attention and interest, which also ran into establishing goodwill. When he needed the speech with the "you only have one life to live" statement, something like that in the beginning would have been a great attention grabber. For the question number 3, my answer. When it comes to the first thing mentioned, that would have been a good time to throw in an oral citation and define what the disorder was according to whatever doctor or dictionary would define it as. It provided an opening to utilize other good techniques. When it comes to the second thing mentioned, he could have used a school-related example or attention grabber to get the audience engaged. Something like, did you know that according to the National Library of Medicine, more than 60% of all college students that mean U.S. suffer from poor sleep quality solely based on what we go through to maintain our school and work schedules, all while trying to study and cram for tests. With that, I feel I would have grabbed their attention and kept it because immediately it is something that a good portion of the crowd relates to. Now, for my speech, I'll be speaking on the internal and external factors that challenge the field of substance abuse recovery. My speech will go over some of the most important causes of addiction, the many outside influence on the stigma of getting help, the advances of recovery treatment along with the challenges that come with those things, what other risk factors come with long-term substance abuse that influence their treatment plan, and other things like this.